I seriously cannot believe that people are trying to connect this guy with Brian. I mean, look at this. They're forcing this picture to look like him. It's like, this is so not him. It's so funny. I mean, the dude in the picture's got a flat nose. Smushed. Come on. It's ridiculous. God, people, stop trying to make the narrative fit. You're like the cops. Jesus. God help you. Is Gak Josco? I'm just curious because it sure does sound a lot like him. What do you guys think?
Wouldn't he have... Has anyone stopped to think about some interesting details in this case? For example, to have committed the acts that they are saying Kohberger committed, wouldn't he have been covered in blood, right? So why wasn't there a trail of blood going through the house and out the door and into a car? Hasn't it occurred to anyone that maybe Kohberger is a criminal mastermind? Maybe this was all planned. What if, just think about this, what if Brian Kohberger was simply the person's ride? What if he took the person to the home, dropped them off, and then left, and was seen speeding away in the white car? He's acting very cocky about not having done it. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he was in on it. Maybe there's a person no one has identified that actually committed the crimes. The important thing is that these four beautiful souls get justice at the end. Just think about these things. The pieces may come together.
It actually, he actually uses some of the same words that he also, they share the same words and kind of the same cadence in their voice. But, excuse me, also, you have to remember that now he has a confidence, right? So he's going to sound a little different than when he first got on. And, yeah, so there's that. Let me see what else I can find.
They believe that the man possibly grabbed her, and she screamed loudly. And they believe that the man possibly grabbed her, and she screamed loudly, apparently. The man then harmed her, and the reason the wounds were of such force, he was delivering it quickly and forcibly to quiet her, which I apologize for how, I know it's disturbing, but anyway, how do we know that she screamed? Because 3 individuals reported hearing a scream between 3:45 and 4 o'clock. That's why the police have such a specific time frame as to when the murders occurred, because I don't know if you noticed, but the authorities weren't called the next day until late in the morning, yet they had a very specific time frame when the murder happened. They think the scream is why. And after reviewing video files from the neighborhood, they reviewed security cameras in the area, and they have an audio file I haven't heard it, but I was told that you can clearly hear a loud scream from a female. That scream was recorded.
Excuse me. Say happy Easter, everybody. I hope you're having a good time. Hippie hopping away. Enjoying good food and friends and family and love and hugs and all that good stuff. Anywho, I was going to just pop this other video on, and I thought I'm going to make something in front of this video, the one where allegedly BK calls into T-Rev show. Now, one thing I want to say is that does sound a lot like BK. But with that said, and what he said in this phone call, if that was him, then he's literally saying what we all think. what 4chan has said, everything. And there's a lot in these Josco videos that point to BK being framed. All of them. Like, it's just now I'm so curious. I sound a lot better, huh? But I don't. But it's only because I haven't talked at all today. Once I start talking, my voice goes. So we'll see how good I can get it out here. It's spring is sprung here, man. There's like pollen everywhere, so I've got like kind of getting a little stuffed up, but it's not too bad. Dogs are barking next door. Golly. Anyway, on these Joscos, and with like they're showing the visuals, snow. They're doing that thing. They're doing, they're pinpointing things that have been said about BK that BK has never said himself, like about the that questionnaire thing, or about the visual snow, or about, I mean, all the stuff, like, you name it, like the fish, going, fishing where he fished before. I mean, that's part one of these videos is going to come up, kind of points that out. And it's so interesting to me and scary. Oh my God, so scary that something like this could possibly happen. That someone could get it in their heads and plan something like this and then actually do it. I mean, just because you plan something doesn't mean you're going to do it, especially something like this, right? I mean, this is just, oh my God. Oh my God, yeah. But plan set forth. Bad stuff happened. And I just cannot get past thinking that if BK did do this, I don't think he did, but if he did, why the fuck would he stay there? Why the heck would he go? I mean, come on, if something like this happened, he wouldn't be going and getting a haircut. He wouldn't be, whatever. He bopped around town. He didn't hold back. He didn't, and it's just, there's too many things that happened that were set up. You got to think about this. There's the veterans, the Moose Lodge, which is literally the parking lot, insane parking lot is Corner Club, had their little dart tournament thing. Then you've got the Moscow Axe Throwing, who they were only open a teeny bit over a month, and they set up this whole loggers jamboree or whatever, this loggers classic or whatever, lumberjack classic, that's what it's called, and had all. I mean, this doesn't just take a month to set up something like this. This takes a while, because they had all the universities come over and compete in that competition. It doesn't just take a month to set something like that up. But that Moscow Axe Throwing was only open for a little over a month, and they had that at their place out there. They're the ones that put that on. So that right there, that tells me one thing big time. That that's been in the works. That's not just no. That does not fly with me. Hasn't flown with me from the beginning. So, and not only that, but here these guys show up hammered, like Tyler. I think that's his name, is the dark-haired one. He showed up, or was this? Is this Tyler? Tyler Sabin and Chris something. Well, either way, the dark-haired guy, the blonde-haired guy. He's a graduate from University of Idaho in none other than agriculture. Bing, bang, boom. So, but the other guy, hammered. He was drunk. And he was there. Okay, you think about, when did the Axe Company, when did they close that night? When was the jamboree over? When did it all close, right? I would like to know that, because was he doing throwing axes drunk? Or teaching people how to throw axes drunk? No, that is not a good combination. Never has been, never will be. But they show up with the Moyes. And then not only do they show up with the Moyes, but they show up with that Madison's friend, obviously from the video, the grub truck video, is dating one of the guys from the Axe Company, one of their good friends. She's dating one of them. She's dating him. And he was carrying a black coat that looked pretty similar to the one that Maddie was wearing. And at one point, I thought it was a backpack at one point, but no, it was a coat. And in fact, he put it on. And it looks just like the one Maddie was wearing. And quite frankly, it would be, you know, if that coat was oversized, it could very well fit him. I don't know why no one's touched on that one. I think I made a video a long time ago on it, but I don't think anybody else has caught that in that grub truck video. I haven't heard anybody talk about it. If they have, let me know. But they all show up together. Well, one of the guys' brother, I think the dark-haired guy's brother, owns a white Elantra because she shows up. It's actually in one of Bullhorn Betty's videos. There's a white Elantra parked right there in the Moscow Axe Throwing Company, right there. When they go up in there and yeah. It's like, are you kidding me? So anyway, this next part, thinking that maybe it could be Brian, and what he's saying, he's actually telling. He's actually maybe being a snitch. I mean, who knows? But who wouldn't? Maybe at that point he was feeling a little unsure. Maybe something, you know, why would the Sigma Chi be talking to him? Maybe because he's not in a fraternity. Maybe he's feeling like a little bit, Maybe he did some research on the Sigma Chi and the Greek row like we all did, right? Maybe he starts getting a little freaked out. Maybe. Got to think about that one. I got to think about that one, I guess. Nobody else wants to, but anywho, why I yada get up and get me something to eat. I'm kind of hungry, but I'm gonna finish this video. So, love you all, and I'll probably be bopping in here periodically because I made this video a long time ago, and I'm just putting little inserts like this inside of it, or in it, in between it, over here, over there, up and down, whatever. I'm feeling a little full of it today. I'm feeling a little bit better, actually, which is nice. I haven't felt good in a long time. So, anyway, love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Is this T-Rev?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Now listen.
Not much, man. I found you today. I watched your live earlier this afternoon and been watching this one. And the thing that strikes me kind of weird about all this is that I live in a college town, and I've worked with probably at least 10 Sigma Chi members, and
wow.
You know, the one thing that every single one of them I feel like has asked me is, if you were going to kill somebody, how would you get away with it? And I just wonder if maybe this is nothing more than some kid in a fraternity trying to prove himself. And that was it.
So you said you worked with... If you're in here right now, this person that's made this phone call, now somebody brought this to my attention, and I thought this phone call rung with me, and it's been stuck in my head for days, and I've discussed it, but I left it alone. But people were like, you're rude to him, etc. But in general, like, it was a super weird phone call that I got this night. Just listen.
5 or 6 Sigma Chi kids, and they asked you if you can kill somebody, they can get away with it? Yeah. Did I hear that right? Yeah. And I know that's a thing that just, like, maybe people say, trying to, like, have interesting conversation, but, like, just in my head, it's like, it's always been these dudes that were in the fraternity.
Dude, if this is him, I'll fucking shoot a brick.
And so it makes me wonder if it's a thing that's in their like culture, that they ask to see how smart you are and whatever, and what kind of answer you come up with, and someone took it too far.
You know, what he's saying really does make sense with kind of how the story goes, with how I picture this in my head. Like these frat guys, the new guy in town, right? They know some of the Wazoo guys, so they're going to go, you know, ask about this guy, this new guy in town, who's kind of cocky, knows his stuff. You know, he's an easy patsy, basically, they're thinking. All right? So they go ask about it. And they get their friends over there to do a little something about it. You know, whatever they did. And then they take them out and they have drinks, act like they're friends, ask them all these things and stuff like that. And then the story begins. The plan begins. And I can totally see this happening. Totally.
Oh, wow. What kind of dudes would ask you that?
What?
That's crazy as shit, man. That's an outrageous statement.
We absolutely don't know his voice.
I'd write their names down.
Yeah, man. I'm with Brandon. We don't know his voice whatsoever, right?
You know, I like horror movies and all that kind of stuff, and I'll watch those kind of things. But like when someone like in person says some stuff like that, it's kind of like jarring. It's like, what? Why are you saying something like that?
Yeah, that's man. Who said that to you?
Like, literally, like
the man. They believe that the man possibly grabbed her, and she screamed loudly. Apparently, the man then harmed her, delivering it quickly and forcibly. He was delivering it quickly and forcibly to quiet her, which I apologize for how. I know it's disturbing, but anyway, how do we know that she screamed? Because 3 individuals reported hearing a scream between 3:45 and 4 o'clock. That's why the police have such a specific time frame as to when the murders occurred. Because I don't know if you noticed, but the authorities weren't called the next day until late in the morning, yet they had a very specific time frame when the murder happened. They think the scream is why. And that the one tried to escape and was grabbed, harmed, and then shoved and fell on top of her friend. That is why there is there's a lot of blood mixtures on this at the scene. They're also desperately looking for this white car. The reason being is that it was seen speeding by an A&W gas station. I don't even know what that is, but anyway, that's, again, it could be wrong. I was just told it was seen speeding by an A. He was delivering it quickly and... Hey guys, I wanted to report some new information regarding the Idaho4. Let me first say that, you know, my posting this quote-unquote insider information is not some
Okay, no, stop. I probably will stop talking about this as I have a really bad headache today at some point. But this darling sent me a message and she's like, hey, did you hear about the reflection? This guy goes into on TikTok, goes into full detail about like how it happened on TikTok. And he's recording on a computer screen. So there's a reflection. Don't you know I saved that video, slowed it down frame by frame, took a screenshot of him, compared it to his mugshot, and let's see what we think.
Looks nothing like him.
So, okay, let me make myself tiny. This is the guy on TikTok that went into detail about what happened.
Looks nothing like him.
That's the screenshot. This is BK. The jawline is the same. The nose looks the same. The ears, I don't know.
Oh, lady, you're quack.
I have court-appointed counsel. I have new information.
I have court-appointed counsel.
I have new information.
Do you want to play with my teddy bear? Oh, look! I told you, little head. I don't know if I can put it back on. Do you want to play with my teddy bear? Oh, look! I told you, little head. I don't know if I can put it back on.
Hey there, to those of you interested in hearing this report, I just want to let you know that I'm a relative of someone inside the investigation into the quadruple homicide in Idaho. I don't want to be any more specific than that because I don't want to put anybody in a challenging or contentious situation regarding their continued employment. I don't want to be any more specific than that because I don't want to put anybody in a challenging or contentious situation regarding their continued employment. And I will say what I'm about to tell you is secondhand, but it is from what I believe to be a very reliable source. Again, this can only be considered a rumor as I don't have firsthand knowledge. I never planned on posting any of this information out of respect for the victims' families. However, now that one of the victims' fathers has released some of the gruesome details himself, I'd like to share some of the investigative theory. As you know, the two women were found in the same bed, but with similar wounds. That's what's being reported. That's not exactly 100% true, at least in regard to the fact that they hadn't fallen asleep
Bullshit.
in the same bed.
Fucking
of the
friend.
victims' wounds were deep gouges that were delivered with extremely aggressive force, so much so that the victim's liver and lungs were destroyed. Here's the theory that's happening. They definitely think it was a man because of the force of the wounds. The person must have been very strong.
That guy right there.
They think the man came
Look at him, blink, blink, blink.
into the room after doing what they did on the second floor. They went upstairs. The person cleanly and quietly unalived the first victim. The second victim awoke and tried to run. The man, they believe that the man possibly grabbed her.
Oh, gack.
And she screamed loudly, apparently. The man then harmed her, and the reason the wounds were of such force, he was doing it...
Look, he's got an army shirt on, a brown one.
And forcibly to quiet her.
Or a forest ranger.
Which I apologize for how... I know it's disturbing, but... Anyway, how do we know that she screamed? Because 3 individuals reported hearing a scream between
That's not BK.
Between 3:45 and 4 o'clock. That's why the police have such a specific time frame as to when the murders occurred. Because I don't know if you noticed, but the authorities weren't called the next day until late in the morning, yet they had a very specific time frame when the murder happened. They think the scream is why. And after reviewing video files from the neighborhood, they reviewed security cameras in the area, and they have an audio file I haven't heard it, but I was told that you can clearly hear a loud scream from a female. That scream was recorded at exactly 3:38 a.m.
So, I find that very interesting that the voice was recorded at 3:38 a.m. That is exactly the time they put down in the police report where the cops were at Identity Apartments, but that's not what their body cams say. Their body cams tell a totally different story. So what do you guys think about that? Does this just get weirder and weirder every freaking corner that's turned? I mean, it is telltale. And these guys messed up. They can't get nothing straight. They can't get their shit together. Yeah, too many pans involved in this one, right? Yeah, way too many. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
neighbors say they didn't call the police because they said there's often loud noise coming from the house. I was told that there were parties there all the time. Again, I don't know if that's true. But
I wonder if Sage lives over there.
The weapon used was a long serrated-edged hunting knife with a fixed blade. The weapon had not been in the house. The person brought it with them and took it when they left. The two victims were on the same bed, not side by side. One victim was found on top of the other. The reason is that the one tried to escape and was grabbed, harmed, and then shoved and fell on top of her friend.
Have we forgotten about this, people?
That is why there is there's a lot of blood mixtures on this at the scene. They're also desperately looking for this white car. The reason being is that it was seen speeding by an A&W gas station.
I don't know what that is.
But anyway, that's, again, it could be wrong. I was just told it was seen speeding by an A&W gas station / hangout at 3:45. Now, if the screen was recorded at 3:38 and the car sped by at 3:45, it's a very tight time frame, but it is possible that the person left immediately and rushed and was seen speeding by. Also, the scream may have been what caused the person to quickly leave. That scream could have been what saved the other two roommates' lives.
This isn't Brian.
The person knew that they might be detected, so they sped away. Again, this is all just rumor. Take it for what it is. I just pray for these young people. I hope they rest in peace and that their families can find peace after this horrible crime, and I hope that the person who committed it can be brought to justice. Thanks a lot. The tarp will be much easier to find than the knife.
Parents will do anything to protect their children. You should have asked Patsy Ramsey.
The tarp will be much easier to find than the knife.
Parents will do anything to protect their children. You should have asked Patsy Ramsey.
About 90% of them have come out in the media since I said them.
Yeah, haircut tomorrow, by any chance?
And have been deemed to be true.
Would you be able to...
About 90% of them have come out in the media since I said them.
Yeah, haircut tomorrow, by any chance?
And have been deemed to be true.
Would you be able to...
About 90% of...
I wonder if Sage wears Cole Haans. Josco, you're always trying to point the finger at somebody else, aren't you? Dumbass.
Hey guys, I wanted to report some new information regarding the Idaho4. Let me first say that, my posting this quote-unquote insider information is not some
Oh, really?
Hey guys, Hey there, to those of you interested in hearing this report, I just want to let you know that I'm a relative of someone inside the investigation into the quadruple homicide in Idaho. I don't want to be any more specific than that because I don't want to put anybody in a challenging or contentious. Screw off, people. I'm innocent until proven guilty. Screw off, people. I'm innocent until proven guilty. Can everybody see all of that? Can
Can you see what looks like rivulets of blood flowing down on there?
Yeah, you can see small, short ones here.
Yeah, and you go above it. It starts on top of it. You know,
yeah, I see it here.
Yeah. And then it's flowing down, especially on the right side, right there. Yeah.
That goes all the way down.
You think that might be a sheet? Might be a sheet cut.
Yeah, there's evidence tape over the window.
Right. Could that be a sheet?
Not a sheet. It's a freaking paint drop cloth. Damn it.
Robe or some covering.
Jesus. How many times do I have to tell you people?
Don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah, this is.
This stool is blocking sliding glass door. How did they exit out of a door that is blocked?